Sometimes we find ourselves constantly chasing after goals, dreams, and desires, striving to achieve what we believe to be the best. But life doesn't always go according to our plans. Often, the most wonderful things come unexpectedly, when we least expect them. Instead of insisting on controlling everything, learn to let go and trust in the natural flow of life. Allow things to unfold naturally, and you will be amazed at the miracles it brings. Sometimes true happiness lies in accepting what is happening and savoring each moment, rather than trying to force everything to go our way. Join us on this journey today as we delve deeper into the art of letting go in our video. Here we will explore how to apply the "don't force it" principle to every aspect of life, from work and relationships to our very own selves. Accept the challenge to watch the video until the end and not miss a single principle, for just one of the 5 principles can help you understand how to let life flow naturally without forcing or rushing. If you're ready to take on this challenge, leave a comment saying, "I will see it through to the end." So number 1, letting go of what does not belong to you. Life continuously presents us with challenges, blessings, and even losses and pain. In this relentless flow, there are times when we find ourselves clinging to things that are not truly ours, unfulfilled dreams, past relationships, or negative emotions from the past. Stoic philosophy offers us a profound and practical perspective on letting go of what does not belong to us. According to the Stoics, happiness and peace come from understanding what is within our control and what is not. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it." This is a valuable lesson in letting go. Instead of trying to control every aspect of our lives, what we need to do is accept and release what is beyond our grasp. For example, when a relationship no longer brings happiness and fulfillment as it once did, we often tend to hold on, hoping that one day things will return to how they were. However, this usually only leads to more suffering and disappointment. Stoic philosophy reminds us that sometimes the best thing we can do is to let go and accept that the relationship no longer belongs to us. By letting go, we free ourselves from mental and emotional burdens, allowing ourselves to open up to new and better things in the future. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and also a Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This quote emphasizes that our suffering does not stem from external events, but from our perception and reaction to them. If we learn to accept and let go of what does not belong to us, we will find true peace. Consider a specific example. You're working in a company where you no longer feel satisfied or fulfilled. You feel tired, stressed, and unmotivated to continue, yet you hold on to that job out of fear of change, anxiety about the future, or a sense that you have invested too much time and effort. However, staying in a job that no longer suits you not only prevents you from exploring new opportunities, but also drains your mental health. According to Stoic philosophy, rather than clinging to a job that no longer has meaning, you should have the courage to let go and seek new opportunities where you can grow and find genuine joy. To apply Stoic philosophy to life, we need to practice self-awareness and mental control. When faced with difficulties, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, then learn to let go. Remember that letting go is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of strength and wisdom. Only when we release what does not belong to us can we truly open ourselves to the good things that life has to offer. Stoic philosophy advises us to focus on what is meaningful, what we can control, and to accept letting go of what does not belong to us. This helps us achieve inner peace and true happiness. By accepting that not everything belongs to us, we find liberation from pressures, worries, and suffering, thereby living a lighter and more fulfilling life. Number 2. Letting go of expectations. Negative emotions such as anxiety, anger, or disappointment often stem from our placing too many expectations on things we cannot control. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is not things that upset us, but our judgment about things." This means that our expectations about how things should happen cause us to become dissatisfied when they do not go as planned. When we let go of unrealistic expectations, we free ourselves from the suffering that we create for ourselves. For example, you might expect to be promoted at work after many years of effort. You work hard, sacrifice your time, and dedicate yourself fully. But when the time comes, the promotion is given to a colleague instead. If you let that expectation dictate your emotions, you will feel bitter, angry, and as if all your efforts were in vain. However, from a Stoic perspective, rather than expecting outcomes that we cannot control, or like a supervisor's decision or someone else's judgment, we should focus on our actions. Have we done our best? Have we given it our all? Letting go of expectations does not mean abandoning our goals, but accepting that the final result is not always within our control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." He emphasized the importance of living in the present and accepting what is happening, rather than waiting for some ideal future that may never come. This is a valuable piece of advice for letting go of expectations. When we no longer expect life to follow a certain script, we can more easily adapt to changes and find joy in the small, simple things each day. Consider another example. You expect your romantic relationship to always be filled with happiness and never face difficulties. But in reality, no relationship is perfect. All have their ups and downs, conflicts, and unique challenges. When expectations are too high, it is easy to feel disappointed and hurt when things do not go as hoped. According to Stoic philosophy, rather than expecting a perfect relationship, accept that differences and difficulties are natural parts of life. This helps you face challenges more easily, appreciate moments of happiness, and build a stronger relationship. To practice letting go of expectations in line with Stoic philosophy, we need to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, emotions, and actions. When you feel disappointed, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let go of the expectation and instead focus on doing the best you can with what you can control. Letting go of expectations does not mean we lack dreams or goals. It means we learn to accept that life does not always go as we wish. Rather than being bound by invisible expectations, we learn to live flexibly, open-mindedly, and with gratitude for what we have. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on what truly matters: inner peace, gratitude, and love, and to let go of unrealistic expectations to find true happiness. Number 3. Facing the truth, even when it hurts. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Do not seek to avoid suffering. Learn to confront it and accept it as an inevitable part of life." According to Epictetus, instead of running away from the truth, we need to learn to accept it as a natural part of existence. By facing the truth, we can overcome our fears, grow stronger, and find inner peace. For example, imagine you are in an unhealthy relationship. You may know deep down that your partner no longer loves or respects you, but you still try to hold on to the relationship out of fear of facing the truth, that you have to break up, that you will have to start a new life without them. However, avoiding this truth only leads you deeper into suffering and dissatisfaction. According to Stoic philosophy, instead of running away, you need the courage to face the truth, to recognize that the relationship no longer brings you happiness and that you deserve a better life. Accepting this truth may be painful, but it is the first step toward freeing yourself from the bonds and finding peace within your soul. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his book, Meditations, we love the truth not because it is easy or comfortable, but because it is the truth. He emphasized that facing the truth is a courageous and necessary act, even when the truth is uncomfortable. When we dare to look directly at the truth, we see the reality of things more clearly, without being clouded by illusions and false hopes. This allows us to make more informed decisions and live a more genuine and meaningful life. Take another example. Imagine you are running a business and realize that your company is facing financial difficulties. Instead of facing the truth, you continue to hope that things will improve on their own, without any concrete plan. You avoid looking at financial reports, do not want to discuss the current situation with your employees, and ignore warning signs. However, the more you avoid, the worse the situation becomes. According to Stoic philosophy, instead of avoiding, you should bravely face the truth. Your company is in trouble and requires decisive measures to change. Only by accepting the truth and taking action accordingly will you have the chance to turn things around and find a real solution. To practice facing the truth according to Stoic philosophy, we must cultivate a resilient mind and spirit. Always ask yourself, what is the truth in this situation? Do not avoid the truth just because it is uncomfortable. Remember that the truth, no matter how painful, always brings value to our growth and development. By facing the truth, we not only free ourselves from illusions and fears, but also expand our capacity to adapt, change, and improve. Number 4, accepting things as they are. Life is a long series of events that we cannot fully control, and there are times when we face situations that do not go as we wish. However, instead of painting everything in rosy colors to comfort ourselves or becoming pessimistic about the future, Stoic philosophy teaches us to learn to accept things as they truly are. Accepting reality honestly, without judgment, and without adding subjective colors, helps us find balance and peace of mind. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, remember, we cannot control the circumstances, but we can control how we react to them. This means that instead of trying to change what cannot be changed, we should focus on our attitudes and reactions to those events. Accepting things as they are does not mean becoming passive or resigned. Rather, it means choosing to face reality without being bound by unrealistic expectations or negative emotions. Consider a specific example. You are going through a tough time at work. A significant project you have been working on for months gets canceled for reasons beyond your control. Instead of denying the truth and trying to sugarcoat the situation by thinking everything will be fine without any action, or becoming pessimistic and believing your entire career is ruined, Stoic philosophy advises you to accept the situation honestly. You can acknowledge that you feel disappointed and hurt, but also recognize that these emotions do not define your worth or who you are. By accepting reality as it is, you can focus on what you can control, learning from the experience, improving your skills, or seeking new opportunities. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, and one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He emphasized that accepting reality does not mean ignoring or avoiding difficulties, but rather understanding the true nature of things, thus making more meaningful and appropriate responses. Another example of accepting reality can be seen when facing personal losses such as the death of a loved one. Grief is a natural response, but if we sugarcoat it by denying the loss or take a pessimistic view of life, we will never truly overcome the pain. According to Stoic philosophy, accept that loss is an inevitable part of life, and there is nothing we can do to change it. We can choose to move forward, cherish the beautiful memories, and continue to find meaning in our lives. To practice accepting things as they are according to Stoic philosophy, we need to cultivate mindful and non-judgmental thinking. Remind yourself that every event, whether positive or negative, can bring lessons and opportunities. Instead of sugarcoating or being pessimistic, look at everything truthfully and objectively. This helps us maintain a peaceful mind and prepare to face any challenge in life. Number 5, remember that when one door closes, another door opens. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Sometimes, even when we lose something, we are given the opportunity to find something better." This saying encourages us to view failures or losses not as definitive endings but as turning points, as opportunities for change, growth, and the discovery of new things we never imagined. Instead of drowning in regret or sorrow, we must cultivate a positive mindset to find new opportunities from the doors that have closed. Consider a specific example. You have been working for many years at a company, investing a lot of passion and expectation into that career path. But suddenly, the company falls into a crisis and you lose your job. Feelings of disappointment, fear, and anxiety about the future are inevitable. But instead of letting this loss discourage you, remember the teaching of Stoic philosophy. See this as an opportunity to open a new chapter in your life. You can view this as a chance to learn new skills, explore fields you have always been interested in, but never had the time to try, or even start a personal project you have long dreamed of. When you accept that this door is closed, you will realize that many other doors are opening, waiting for you to step through. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote in Meditations, "Love your fate, for everything that happens serves a greater purpose." He encourages us not only to accept what does not go as planned, but also to be grateful for it, as it often opens new paths we never imagined. When a relationship ends, instead of feeling loss and sorrow, ask yourself, what have I learned from this experience? What has helped me grow? Every event, whether positive or negative, brings valuable lessons that help us develop. Think of another example. A top athlete suffers a severe injury, and their sports career seems to be over. However, instead of dwelling in sadness, that athlete might choose to see the injury as an opportunity to explore other aspects of themselves, perhaps becoming a coach, a consultant, or even starting an entirely new career outside of sports. In reality, many famous athletes have found even greater success after their playing careers ended, because they knew how to accept the closed door and bravely step through new ones. To apply this philosophy to life, we need to cultivate patience and trust in the future. When facing closed doors, remind yourself that this is not the end, but a new beginning. Every failure carries a hidden opportunity, and only when we are ready to let go of what is past can we see what lies ahead. Stoic philosophy reminds us that life is always changing, and nothing is permanent. Instead of clinging to the doors that have closed, open your heart to embrace new opportunities. As Seneca said, sometimes losing something is the first step to finding something better. Remember, when one door closes, another door always opens. The important thing is that we must be ready to step through and discover the new possibilities that life offers.